Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 3, season 2, Game of Two Halves. I am with my friend who I think had an amazing weekend. Oh, man. How are you, my brother?
I'm good, man. I'm on top of the world, top of the league, top of everything right now. What a week we've had, man. I can't ask for anything more as an Arsenal fan. Winning the match, clean sheet, away from home, seeing your bitter rivals 3-0 losing. Um, Man City having I don't know what of a game with Newcastle, and then obviously the United Liverpool game. I couldn't have asked for a better week of football for as an Arsenal fan. Starting the season strong. Oh, amazing! But more importantly, how are you doing, my friend? How are you?
Oh, man. I thought Sunday was bad enough, but then Monday happened. Oh, God. But from a football perspective, what an amazing weekend, man. What an
Yeah,
amazing weekend. Like Newcastle versus Manchester City, 3-all. I
yeah.
mean, it just goes to show why Premier League is the
Oh,
best league in the world,
agreed,
right? And
agreed.
and
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 I
congrats to you
feel
guys, man, off to a flying start, and Arsenal is doing everything right? We spoke about it sometime back. Arsenal is doing everything right. It's too early still to, to tell that they might end up achieving something, but they are definitely on the right path. Arteta is doing everything right. Recruitment has been brilliant, right?
yeah.
And it's showing. So good, man. Good for you guys. And Chelsea, I don't know. Still need a lot of things to
Yeah,
figure out.
I think we'll be getting into those
Yeah.
games as it is, but I just like on what you were saying about the EPL and football. I mean, absolutely have to agree with you. One of the best football leagues in the world. But what a year for football! The way the EPL has started with a bang, and then it's a World Cup year. I think it's going to be a fantastic year for football, a crazy
Great.
year for football, because there's going to be so much of football in just this one calendar year. I think it'll be the most amount of matches played within a calendar year in terms of football. It's going to be crazy. I can't wait for it.
And also I think it's the first time that the World Cup is sandwiched between the league, right? I
Yes.
mean, I don't know a lot of history, but from the time at least we've been watching football, I
Yes.
think it's the first time, right? So
Yeah, at least as my memory serves me, and I don't recall any other time it has ever happened in this way.
yeah, while we are on the World Cup topic, man, which team are you going to support for the World Cup? We will, guys. By the way, we will be covering the entire World Cup right here on Game of Two Halves.
Oh yes.
So, which team are you rooting for? Just
Well,
not
I've
a big discussion, but just to
Yeah,
get
I've
your.
always been a big supporter of Germany, and those who know me, I've always followed Germany
Yeah,
for many years. I love Germany as a football club. But
as well.
obviously, with Portuguese heritage, you cannot not support Portugal in the World Cup, especially the way that they managed to qualify in the end. Potentially Ronaldo's final year
Yeah,
I mean, in the final World Cup,
World Cup.
sorry, as a
Yeah,
player. So I have to say my heart is with Portugal for this World Cup, but Germany has always been, the club that I support the most, I would say. What about you?
great. Well, I've been a Spanish supporter, but my heart is with Messi, man. Again, could be his last World Cup. You
Oh
never
yeah.
know. So I'm all Messi. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So
Just speaking of Messi, I know this is off topic, and people who have worked with us both may get this, but I I once was. This is an anecdote. So I was once in office, and one of the senior managers walks up to me, and this was during the Euros. I think this was way back in 2011, 12, or 10, 10,
12,
11, 12.
12, 12.
Yeah, so the Euros were going on, and so one of the managers walks up to me and saying, "Hey, these Euros are going very well." I said, "Yeah, yeah. What matches?" I said, "Yeah, but I can't understand one thing. Why is Messi not playing in this?" If you want to know who that person was, DM me and I will let you know who that person was. But this is a true story, and I just almost hit myself against the wall, and I didn't even bother explaining. I was like, "Yeah, why is he not playing?" That's a question. Why don't you go back to your seat, Google where Messi is born, where he plays, and find out which continent it belongs to?
Oh my God, that was funny. I think I know who we're talking about, but let's not take.
Anyways, moving on, Vijay. Sorry.
Yeah. Now back to the Premier League, man. So yeah, good set of games. Let's talk. Let's start with the big one on Monday night. The clash of the Reds. What do you make of the game? By the way,
Yeah,
both are predictions out the window.
I mean, what a match! Just in terms of a football fan, someone who's neutral, if I can say that, crazy game of football. Least expected that Manchester United would come on top in such fashion. The way they played, the way they did the high press, the way they won the second ball. I think it was crazy. Four changes, in the starting lineup made the impact, made the difference. And I think a lot of fans have been shouting for it. And having Varane, a proven champion, sitting on the bench while you have Harry Maguire playing and starting for you. Why would you do that? I understand your predecessor has made it more complicated by making him the captain and all of those things, but at the end of the day, you're not working to please one individual. You're working as a team, as a club, to win trophies, and you need to see what works best. So I think hats off to Ten Hag to keep Ronaldo on the bench, keep your captain Maguire on the bench, put out a young side, Premier League debut in defense, and come out with a result. It just shows that anything is possible in this league. From being 20th place, now they are sitting above Liverpool.
Yeah, man, and we spoke about it in the last episode, right? What if they beat Liverpool,
Yeah.
then they'll go above them, and it happened. And yeah, I mean, I hate to say this, but yeah, they were the better team, man, on the night, and Liverpool is slacking. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it just, I mean, there was no energy. You could see it in the players. There was no urgency. They didn't.
Yes.
I don't know what is going wrong with them. Even we discussed this. Their setup was so wrong. The midfield, and it's kind of, yeah, not working out for them, man. But yeah, congratulations to Manchester United for
Yeah.
beating Liverpool after 2018, apparently.
Wow, wow. And to discuss
Wow.
more on this, we have actually two fans of the both teams. So we've got Alistair from Liverpool and Vincent from Manchester United. We've recorded this a bit earlier, so here's a small glimpse of this. Have a look.
I hate saying this, but they were the better team. They were the better team yesterday. Right? Yeah, right. Right.
And then,
Right.
and maybe this is a good segue to bring in Vincent.
Yeah.
You know, and before I get in Vincent, we discussed in our last podcast that if Manchester United win, they actually go above in the table, above Liverpool, which is so funny at this moment.
For now, for
Yeah,
now,
For
for
now,
now,
Vincent,
for
what do
now.
you have to say about this amazing win you guys had?
Well, thanks, Val. But first time, actually, I'm in an agreement with Alistair, where he's talking about Manu. First time. And it is coming out genuinely from his mouth. So I really appreciate that. Thank you, Alistair, for saying such good words
Lot of
about Manu.
lot of love there.
Okay, a lot of love, lot of love. This is
so
this
much,
is like
so
a
much,
marriage, This
just
is like a
breaking.
marriage.
So much love that I don't call Vincent over to watch a game.
And especially not Manu game. With Manu and Liverpool, never.
Yeah, that was super fun, man.
It
Thank you,
was.
Alistair and Vincent, for coming on our show. Guys, please click on this link and check the full video. You're going to have a good time. I mean, we had a great time chatting to these guys and, getting their point of view from Liverpool and Manchester United fans. So please Yeah, we'd love to have you on our show. We are not fancy, but we are raw. This is
Yeah,
pure passion.
yeah.
This is pure love for
Unadulterated fun.
Totally. All right. Let's move on to the game next week, I think, because there's nothing much to talk about Chelsea. So, just
Oh man, you almost got me there. I mean, yeah, we come on, we have to discuss Chelsea after the game y'all had last week. With so much of like there was so much of emphasis on what's happening in that game, and there were talks about Tuchel and Conte, and then you come to Leeds, and what happened there, man, Vijay? Come on, you have to walk me through what this actually is. I don't remember, to be honest. As a fan, I would love to see such days more, but I don't remember the last time Chelsea were defeated in this way by a low ranking team, or non top
yeah.
six team.
I think it was the same that happened with Liverpool, man. I could draw the comparison because Leeds started with the same energy, they started with the same intensity. Chelsea had their moments, but then Leeds got that goal, and then we got a red card, and then it just kept going, getting worse and worse for us. I don't understand why Tuchel starts James, in the right back position. I think he's much 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 more effective. I think he loves playing on the wings. He loves that. He loves getting forward. He loves getting in the box, putting those crosses in. So when you put him behind and when you play Loftus-Cheek, it kind of made us ineffective. And then also, clearly, we are lacking a striker right now.
Yeah,
This is the third episode we are talking about it, and I have no idea what the plan is now. I'm hearing rumors that we might be signing Oba and swap deal for Alonso and some money. He would. I mean, I think at this point, any striker would do, man. We we
yeah,
we really need to score goals, right? I
yeah.
mean,
I
you
mean,
said
it's
in the
so
last episode that our defenders scored goals. Like nobody has scored goals.
yeah.
Yeah,
And it's so ironical. Just 2 points on what you said. It's so ironical that you all sold 100 million Lukaku, or loaned him out, and you all don't have a replacement. You all also sold
Werner.
Timo, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Timo Werner, and it's bizarre for me. I understand you needed to get them out of the door because they were not.
yeah.
Them being there was not making any difference. But I think the expectation was that if you're taking two of your strike options out, you need to replace it with one. You cannot rely on, like what you said, Reece James, for your
Yeah.
defender being able to drive your scoring, and he's the only one who looks threatening at
Yeah.
the moment in terms of getting closer to the goal. And I think if you do not resolve that issue of a striker very soon, I mean, we've got 7 days more to go before the window closes. It's going to
Yeah.
be a big problem for Chelsea.
It will. It will. No. You got it spot on, man. If you don't sign a striker, then it's going to be a big problem. It's a long season. We're playing
Yeah.
Champions League. You're playing FA, EFL. I don't know where the goals are going to come from. It's starting to get really worrying now.
I mean, as a
So.
non-Chelsea fan, I'm glad to see y'all in shit and not doing well. So I'm not going to complain. I'm very happy. Um,
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not even about losing, it's the way we lost,
yeah.
right? I mean, 3-0 to Leeds, Leeds was struggling with relegation just 2 months back, and to go there and lose the way we did, not even score a goal, get a red card. I mean,
Yeah. I know one
this
person who will
Sunday.
be I know one person who will be really happy watching this podcast today, for our Leeds supporter Jack. So yeah, that I mean,
Well done.
Leeds really played well in that game, and I think they 100% deserve the win. But
They
as
did.
we've been saying, I think even in other kind of discussions, it's just too early to kind of decide anything at this stage. And
Yeah.
it's a long season, like you said. There's the Premier League, the Champions League for you guys. There's the EFL Cup. There's the what else is there?
World Cup.
Yeah, the World Cup's happening in between. So the FA Cup is there, sorry. So there's so much happening in a very short time, and you need the depth of squad this year to do achieve anything. And I think the last game that we can quickly cover, just quick points, was a Man City Newcastle game. And
Great.
what a game that was! The way, I mean, you can expect it with 53 minutes on the clock. Man City is not going to lie down and accept the score line, and you can almost predict that they are going to come back. But what a way that Newcastle went out. I think they would feel a little bit cheated that they didn't get all the 3 points, but they'll also be really happy at getting that 1 point off City, because that's a tough game for any team in the league right now.
Yeah, no, totally agree. And I don't know. I mean, why would you feel they'd get cheated? Because you have to earn those 3 points against
Yep.
City, man. They are that kind of a team. Any other
Yes.
team, I think Newcastle wins it easily. But City being City, man, they came back and yeah, I mean it's a great point for Newcastle, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of expectation now. I don't know if you watched this fan overlap episodes. So there is a little expectation from the Newcastle fans now. Because the money is coming in, they are
Yeah.
signing good managers, they have good players, and it's showing, right? It's showing. They've started off really well. I think even the second half of last season when Eddie Howe came in. He got those players in. He strengthened the defense. So things are looking good for them. They are a few years away from challenging for the title, I feel. But
Yeah.
brilliant game, man. Brilliant
Yeah,
game.
there's a sense of optimism, you can say, in Newcastle
Yeah.
camp, and you never know. It could be the story of how Man City kind of rose to the top, with that oil money coming in. I mean, no dig at Chelsea. You can see the effect of oil. What happens?
Yeah, man, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, and
Even
that's
on the
why we are
league,
always promoting Go Green. Our logos also are become Go Green, because these oil companies buy these clubs. But Go Green, everyone.
Well, so we have a busy week coming ahead, right? So we have the game week 4, and then the midweek fixtures are starting from next week. So Premier League schedule is getting busy. Champions League starts, I think, the week after that. So man, a lot of football coming our way. A lot of football.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of good content coming your way too, guys, from us. So yeah, keep watching. So what game do we want to cover first?
Let's look at who are you guys playing.
Oh, we are playing Leicester.
Oh wow! So I think if I have to start off, about Leicester, I think we've seen they've not made a signing this year. I still don't know what's the strategy or reason behind it. They are also kind of a hunting ground for a lot of other teams, so they're losing players at the same time. But they still have a good team. It's not that they don't have a good team or they don't have a depth. They've got a excellent manager. Someone who can still work wonders. But if you've watched their games, they come close to being a good side, but there's that gap in quality in that finishing product that that they're going to be struggling. And home game, Chelsea, Leicester, I don't see them winning. For me, I would go for a 3-1 win to Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm going for a Chelsea win, but I again don't know where these 3 goals are going to come from. And we are also looking to sign one of their players, Fofana, right?
Yeah.
He plays at right back, so he would work really well for us. Uh, yeah, I think we will win. But I think I'll go with a 2-1. A little closer game.
Oh, looks like today everyone's confidence is humble. Liverpool not willing to give a prediction, Alistair, earlier on. Vijay is being very conservative. But yeah, anyways, maybe we can next talk about the Arsenal match. Arsenal
Yeah,
host Fulham
yeah.
home. Fulham, as we predicted in the start, is kind of doing better than what we expected. I mean, they're playing. Their football's been good. I'm not saying they're great or they are, really changing the Premier League, but they're playing well. But home game, confidence of winning three kind of games, goals from Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, Saliba, Martin Odegaard, a goal contribution from Saka, which was a own goal. So there's goals coming all around. So I think there'll be Shaka scored a goal as well. So I think confidence is high, and I would go for a 3-0 win to Arsenal.
Yeah. I don't see Arsenal struggling to beat Fulham, uh, especially at home. Yeah, I think it should be a easy victory for
Yeah.
Arsenal.
And the game that we are predicting as part of our league, and just an update on that, we last week predicted the Manchester United versus Liverpool game. Vijay, you went with 0 to Manchester United, 3 to Liverpool. I went with 1 to Manchester United, 3 to Liverpool. We both got it absolutely wrong. Along with, I think, most of the world, including the Manchester United team, nobody could have believed the outcome that they have, but no points there. But so that means I'm still leading on the board. And we're predicting next week's match, game week 4. Manchester City host Crystal Palace. Now, Crystal Palace has had quite a indifferent season, I would say, so far. But they seem to be kind of getting things right, whereas making some of those things right. But again, it's a match that's at home to Man City. What is your prediction for this game?
I think I'll go for a 3-1. Crystal Palace have been scoring goals. They scored against Liverpool as well. So and the way City set up is also, pretty high defensive back line. So all they need is one through ball and Zaha running. So yeah, I think they will score a goal. So but City should win this one, man. So I'll go for a 3-1.
Yeah, I think it'll be a little bit of a tougher game. There will be goals, so I'm going for a Man City win of 2-1 because again it's a home ground advantage, and their Man City. The depth that they've got in their squad is crazy. That Grealish has to sit on the bench. So I mean,
Mahrez
yeah,
is also.
I mean, it's crazy. So, okay, that's our prediction, guys. So, the rest of you can also predict along with us and see who gets closer to it. Vijay goes for a 3-1 win to Man City versus Crystal Palace. I'm going for a 2-1 win, Man City versus Crystal Palace. And that's our predictions for game week 4.
All right, so the midweek games are starting, Valley. So we've already predicted, for game week 4. Let's go through the games of game week 5, right? Because by the time we record our next episode, some of these games would have already
Yeah.
been played.
and
Yeah, so
and
let's go.
given my consistency of editing and posting it, it's best we cover it now.
Yeah, and I think we might have to get used to this format, right? Because from what I saw, there are quite a few midweek
Yeah.
games, because of the World Cup adjustment and stuff. So yeah, let's go through it. Wednesday night, yeah, Chelsea is playing on Wednesday night. Southampton hosts Chelsea. I feel that again we should win this one. Any other season, I would have said we would win this one. But if we win the game against Leicester, and hopefully we can keep a clean sheet, then I think we should see Southampton also through. So I'm maybe again I'll go for another 1-2, 1 to Southampton, 2 to Chelsea.
All right. I think I would go for a 1-0 win to Chelsea. Um, Again, I'm struggling to see how Chelsea would even win this match away. Um, but I mean, Chelsea is still Chelsea. It's irrespective of the kind of current form and stuff like that. I mean, I don't see them losing to Southampton. But again, my question still rises in the third episode is where are those goals coming from? So I would go for a 1-0 win to Chelsea or a 0-1 to Chelsea because they're away.
Yeah, the man. And and Arsenal host Aston Villa. So I think Arsenal have two back-to-back home games.
Yeah.
Arsenal has had quite a nice run of fixtures, I must say, in the opening weeks. Obviously, you still have to win those games, and that's why you're sitting on top of the table right now. So, what is your prediction on this one?
Yeah, I think because it's going to be in quick succession, two matches, it's going to be very interesting in terms of team selection. Because there's,
Absolutely.
I think, a gap of just 2.5 days or 3 days between both matches. Now, does that mean you change the squad? How refreshed a player is going to be? Of course, it's applicable to both teams, but you want your best playing 11 on the pitch. Now with the five-a-side substitution, sorry, or the five substitution rule, if in game week 4 we have a good considerable lead, we can actually rest a lot of our players, bring in players who've not got time on the pitch, get them ready for the game, and then kind of reverse it in game week 5, where you play the certain players on, and then you refresh it at midpoint. Aston Villa is never an easy game, and they have shown it to us multiple times. So I wouldn't take it lightly, but I would still, being a home game, the form, I would go for a 2-0 win to Arsenal.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Yeah, Arsenal should win this one. They have the form, they have the momentum, they
Yeah.
have the the fixture favors them. It's a home game, so yeah. And then we have City. They play Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest have shown signs
Yeah.
of, being a deserving Premier League team, but then again, home to City.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my opinion would be 3-0 to City.
I'll go with a 4-0. And the game we are covering for a prediction
Oh
is
yeah, before
Liverpool.
we come to the prediction, we also have
Oh,
Man U playing an interesting game.
yeah, Leicester versus Man U. Okay, we
Yeah.
want to talk about that also. I thought
Yeah.
we are not talking
I
about
mean,
the small games.
now they've kind of won their first match of the season. So, you need to start giving them some footage in this podcast as well.
Go
Uh,
for it. What's your
yeah,
prediction?
but they're going away to Leicester. As I said, Leicester is not really having the season that they want, but playing home, Leicester still have that advantage. If I think again it's too difficult to predict because it's a two game week kind of a thing, quick succession. Depends on how man you play in the in the fourth round of it. Depending on that, my result will change. But I think if Man U continue on this stride, they could win this and go for a 2-1 win for Manchester United. Pains to say, but
Well, I hope Leicester uh learns from their defeat to Chelsea
yeah.
on this weekend, and then when they play at home to United, they beat them.
Nice, nice. So you're predicting a Leicester win. What's the score?
I'll go for a 2-1. Yeah, Leicester. All right, the contest game now.
Oh
Okay, the contest.
yeah. So this is gonna be a double prediction week.
City versus Palace. So now Liverpool versus Newcastle. Liverpool play at home to Newcastle. This is going to be an interesting game for sure because we've seen what Newcastle can do. Yeah.
Hmm.
So you go. Who's going first? You.
Yeah, go ahead. Come on.
Yeah. Close game, man. Close game. If Liverpool get back to winning ways against Bournemouth on the weekend, then uh, I would go for maybe 3-1. 3-1. Newcastle look like a team that can score against anybody now, so I'll go for a 3-1.
Okay, I'm gonna maybe get ahead of myself and be a little bold, and I'm gonna say a draw match, a 2-2 draw match.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
what's your score?
2-2 draw match. So Liverpool to Newcastle to. Um, I mean, it's interesting to see because I mean, I'm basing this on what I've seen in the first three games. In the first three games, Liverpool is not a Liverpool side. It's like any other team, and no disrespect. It's because they've not really showed up. They've not really played like a Liverpool team. So if I have to look at it, it's like any other Premier League side. And given the kind of buzz around Newcastle, I wouldn't be surprised if they pull up a surprise at Liverpool, but I would still go for a 2-2 draw.
Quite the possibility and very bold prediction there. So yeah, I think that just about brings us to an end of this episode today. Any final thoughts before we end the episode?
Yeah, I think with these predictions, the double predictions, you could actually turn it around. Right now, I'm leading on the prediction board, and with two big predictions, and me putting my putting my belief on the line over here with the Liverpool Newcastle match. you could see you rising in the table and taking a lead for the first time.
I know you're just being modest, dude. Yeah, yeah. Everybody knows what's going on in your head. You're like, I want to take a big lead over this Vijay. Yeah, yeah. All the best, man. We'll see.
All right, let's see what happens. But for the rest of you, please continue commenting, liking, sharing. Thank you everyone who's watched our videos. It means a lot. We literally wait to see how many views have come, who has liked it, who has commented on it. So make sure that you share it with your friends. I know a lot of you don't watch the entire video. So if you're watching this part, make sure at least you press the like button and share it with your friends. Share it in your WhatsApp groups, your workplaces. I know these two people. Share it with anybody.
Yeah, I know it. All it takes is 10 seconds, yeah, and then you will just help us in achieving our our dream, our passion, and that's talking about football.
As we said earlier, if you want to be part of this podcast, just like two of our friends, Alistair and Vincent, just let us know in the comments and you could be part of it.
Yeah, we'd love to have you on the show, and please share, subscribe, and share it with your friends. That would make us very, very, very happy.
Yep.
Thank you. And thank you, Ali, man. This was an amazing episode. It's great to have your friend on the show. Hopefully, we'll have many more, man, in this season. So thank you, and
Yep. Thanks,
enjoy your
Vijay.
week.
It was great as usual chatting football. And until our next episode, bye to everyone.
Bye.
What? 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 What?